Already struggling dairy farmers here in Wisconsin say they could be put out of business if a new free trade deal is signed.
That's right. President Barack Obama has been fighting for an agreement with countries in the Trans-Pacific region. Fox 11's Lou Hillman takes a closer look.
For more than 2 decades, Jim Wavernick has run this dairy farm in southern Brown County. He says for most of 2009, he was selling his milk for less than it cost to produce.
My worst year ever. I probably about 100 cows here. I lost 150,000.
Things have rebounded somewhat in 2010, but Wavernick and other dairy farmers are still worrying about what the future holds. One of their concerns is that late last year, President Obama announced plans to push for a free trade agreement with several trans-Pacific countries.
We also believe that continued integration of the economies of this region will benefit workers, consumers, and businesses in all our nations.
Supporters say a free trade deal promotes more economic activity by eliminating tariffs and other things that restrict trade. There are already similar agreements in place with other countries, but Representative Steve Kagan says the Congressional Dairy Caucus is trying to stop this one from going through.
This agreement could decimate the dairy industry, not just in Wisconsin, but all across the country. We have to guarantee that our family farms that are working and struggling so hard to survive have an equal footing, a level playing field in which to compete.
Kagan says this agreement would result in Wisconsin dairy farmers competing against countries like New Zealand that can produce milk for about half the cost. Jim Wavernick says his farm likely wouldn't survive.
You're going to have a majority of the small average farms wiped out, and then you're going to have your big corporate factory farms, and they're going to deal on cents. They ain't going to make a lot of money.
Almost everyone agrees there are some industries that would benefit from this free trade agreement, but most say Wisconsin's backbone, dairy farming, would be milked dry. In Brown County, Lou Hillman, Fox 11 News.
Leaders from several nations are scheduled to travel to the U.S. in June to further discuss the possible Trans-Pacific Free Trade Agreement. Kagan says the Congressional Dairy Caucus will continue to push for an agreement that does not hurt the nation's dairy farmers.